Hi! Welcome to the second episode of Java on Azure Quickstarts. I'm Sandra, and today I want to go real-world examples. Front-end with React, a back-end with Spring, a persistence layer with PostgreSQL, and put this normal application stack, I would say, towards Azure Spring Apps, all within Maven. Because I'm a developer, I want to use Maven for everything. So here's my example application. As I said, it's React in the front end, Spring in back end, and PostgreSQL for the database. It's a simple to-do app. I want to just put my to-do items. I want to put it in state. I also want to set a due date, and I want to make sure that it is persistent so I can share it with others. I can use my phone or my laptop or whatever to access this app. And for this, I will use the cloud in the background. So with my browser, I can then access my Spring Web App cluster, which is running on Azure Spring Apps within Azure, as well as the Azure database for PostgreSQL. So follow me along. Let's just clone the example repository from GitHub, dive into the folder ASA samples web application, and then just run a Maven clean package in your terminal, or you just choose the Maven lifecycle tool of your choice within your preferred IDE. I can also then just use Java -jar to run my jar file, and then I can now access it within my localhost 8080. Here's my browser. There you go, same application as I've just shown you the screenshot from. To prepare my cloud environment, I can super easy use the Azure CLI for developers, so I can do AZD auth login if I'm not logged in already, and then I can run IZD provision. This one will use the provision file, and then I can now select the following things. So first my Azure subscription, then the Azure location. I'm here in Germany, Berlin. You can probably tell from my weird accent. So I can choose either Germany West Central or I go with West Europe. You should choose whatever is next to you that prevents some unwanted traffic around the globe for this dev experience. Great, so now we have everything prepared. So in Azure, we do have the Azure Spring Apps cluster up and running. Last thing, but not to forget, my deployment. So as I said, I would just use Maven for it. So first of all, I need to config my Maven plugin for Azure Spring Apps. I easily run the Maven Azure Spring Apps config command for this. As you can see, I now need to set my OAuth login. I need to select the subscription. I need to select the existing Azure Spring Apps. If I don't have one, it would also create it for me. And yeah, I also want to expose the public access, because otherwise how could I test it from my local machine here, right? Remember last time we did that in the portal. So I will just confirm, so everything got saved. It's actually saved in my POM file. Come on, let's have a look how my POM file looks now. There you can see it, everything we just specified, right? To deploy my app, I can now just run Maven Azure Spring Apps deploy. And as soon as I can see here my info text with the deployment status running, I can also see here is the new application URL with the service endpoint with the public access endpoint we just exposed. Wonderful! There it is, the app again, but this time it runs in Azure Spring Apps. Don't forget to delete the resource group afterwards to prevent all unwanted costs, and stay tuned for the next episode.